Hello Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. It's for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, maybe Venus. We'll see where it goes. So Gem, what we're doing this week, we are going to find out what your energy is. What's going on with you right now? What's going on with you? What's Gem's energy? And then I'm going to get into, I love this deck, my Ethereal Visions deck. So pretty, so beautiful. It's like so Art Deco. I love that. It's like my favorite. My most favorite time period. Well, it's not, yeah, it's pretty Art Deco. And with that deck, this deck, your future self is going to come through and talk to you and tell you something. What did I say? What your future self would tell you. That's what, I'm kind of tired today. Anyways, so what you got the sun, so maybe your future self's trying to tell you something. We've all got wish fulfillment somewhere one day somehow. Somewhere, some way, somehow. Oh yeah, there's an extended at the end of this. Oh, the link is at the top of the description. I will look at the energy between where you are now and what your future self is trying to tell you. That blind spot. But right now, I'm getting into the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck to get Gem's energy. What is Gem's energy right now? Gem's energy. Interesting. The elk and the swan. The elk and the swan. The elk is very like empowered energy. I like to kind of combine. It's, you know, kind of like combining the maybe the Hierophant and the Emperor. It's very empowered. Like, yeah, very empowered. Like having a lot of empowerment in your life. Look at you. Now the swan. I get two messages with the swan. I'm getting that you're kind of mirroring someone and mirroring them in a funny way because the back is turned from the elk. So it's almost like something going on in your subconscious. Something going on off of the radar for you. There's some sort of mirroring going on. Also self-reflection. Like you... Yeah, and the self-reflection and the mirror. The mirroring is triggering the self-reflection. Because what I was getting with the mirroring is that you're mirroring someone, and when that's happening, they're kind of triggering an aspect in you that's making you uncomfortable with something you need to look at inside yourself, which is sort of the benefit of mirroring in a harsh way. But in it, yeah, because it is looking at yourself. So basically you're dealing with someone, somehow. I don't even know if it's in your life right now. Or they're distant. But you're mirroring them. And this might be happening for them too, because it's a mirroring. It's kind of like something both of you are going through. And the energy exchange is triggering something that you and them, it's forcing y'all to look at something within yourselves that maybe you don't want to. So that's why this is happening, because it's something you need to address, which makes you kind of reflect on yourself. Okay. Yeah, okay, the raccoon is at the bottom. Yeah, I don't think, whatever this is, I don't think you're physically like interacting or engaging with this person, which is really weird how you're triggering each other. And like maybe you both look like you got your shit together with the elk, right? Like, well, you probably, I think you do. I think you do have your shit together. But there's something going on here that's, I don't know. Let's see. Let's put out the tarot. The tarot will tell us so much. Getting hot now. It was so cold this morning, so I had my hoodie on, and now it's getting warm and sunny. Oh, that dog. I tell you, Lily lays in her bed so much now since I moved the camera. I died. She could tell that the camera was on her when she was sleeping. She did not like, well, who would? I wouldn't want the camera on me and put that on YouTube while I was sleeping. Would you guys want anyone to let you know? What am I thinking? Poor dog needed her privacy. The Three of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Cups. Oh my God. I don't know what the hell's going on. The Three of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Five of Cups. It starts off kind of good here with the Three of Wands. Like, there's some great potential here, like creative energy, really wanting to expand and grow. And you know, the Three of Wands is the ships are coming in, good things are coming in. Holy Jesus, like thinking about this is causing me a migraine and I can't sleep at night and I'm filled with disappointment. Oh, okay. So the Three of Wands, like waiting for the ship to come in. And it feels like you're somehow not physically interacting with this person. So you're triggering each other somehow, though. You're mirroring each other. So I want to say, whatever's going on, like this energy that's coming out, if you're in the Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups, well, so are they. Everybody's... you all want to catch up to Capricorn last week. They were the effing shitty energy. Wow, all these cards. Oh, yeah. Okay, and then we stop at the Lovers. So maybe you don't got any choices. So the Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Emperor, and the Father of Pentacles. Wow, that is some heavy-ass energy. Because, what did I just say? This is kind of like the Emperor and the Hierophant. The Emperor and the Hierophant. And then the Father of Pentacles. Which I get a little bit of this, right? Because look at it, it's very, oh, it's mirroring. It's mirroring. So you and someone else have a lot of responsibility here. You both got your antlers all lit up. Like all lit up in color and creating things, making abundance, building a foundation. You know, it could be too, like you could, maybe you're dealing with a partner or a friend or someone that you just can't spend much time with right now because you're both so involved with work. Like, like the Two of Pentacles is kind of saying like having a lot of responsibilities. Like the butterfly is here to rebirth some sort of a new beginning. But there's these options, there's these things to try to juggle in doing that. And too, like if you've got a friend or a partner or anybody, and maybe the only way you do communicate with them is the odd text message or voice message or whatever, or maybe nothing at all, you kind of left wondering, I don't know, that person's off doing their own thing. They're not interested in continuing this friendship or this partnership, or they're not investing in it anymore. There's definitely some sort of weird mirroring going on that's involved in some sort of isolation. It could just be a disconnect. Like it literally could be two people, spouses. If some of you are doing shift work, like you're just like two ships in the night. Just like, and if you've got kids, one of you is going to say, oh yeah, okay, so-and-so had a fever, but now they're okay. And the kids have macaroni and cheese in the fridge. Send them to school with them. Okay, bye. Like, right? Like, there's something going on here. But I think the important message is that you're marrying each other. So if you feel disappointment, if you feel frustrated, if you feel like you can't think yourself out of this box, like you can't come to some sort of solution, like, because there's heavy responsibility and pentacle energy here with the Elk, the Father of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Hierophant. I mean, it's pretty heavy. It's almost like, well, if you walked away from this, or if you just gave up, I just can't do this another day. Well, the kids kind of need you to get their lunch together. You just got to pull through somehow, right? Like, and your partner, like if it's someone that you have a connection with, they sort of need you too. And they're hoping you don't. You know what? It's okay. So let's see. Okay, that was the underline. Wow. What the hell does your future self want to tell you? Let's just go right to that. Let's see what your future self wants to tell you. The Sun, the Nine of Wands. It's never an easy road to wish for. I don't know. I was shuffling, it just flew right out. It was the Five of Cups. Oh, and the Five of Cups here. Mirroring. Yeah, like it's just saying that over and over again. You're not the only person disappointed somehow. What would Gem's future self tell them? If the future self could tell them something. Speaking from the future to Gemini now. Speaking from the future to Gemini now. Let's go into our wee time machine. Interesting split. I like it when the split is unusual. It's like making sure the right cards. Nine of Pentacles. You work on your shit. Oh, the Tower. So the Tower. And the Page of Wands. The Two of Wands is at the bottom. 2 and 2 and 2. Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Wanting to make choices, wanting to move forward, wanting to have some choices and look for. That dude is like looking for something. Being able to see clearly too. I mean, you got a really good view from up there. You can really see quite far. So that's the underline. Wanting to be able to see. See clearly. See clearly. Yeah, because it's not. It's not. These are not. These are not seeing clearly. I mean, the horse's head is down. Your eyes aren't even attached. They've been like disconnected from your body and shoved in the ground, and worms are running through your brain. That's the most painful card you've ever seen. I think it's genius artwork because it really causes like the whole Nine of Swords energy. And then the raccoon, you're so far in the dark there, you don't know what the hell's going on. Like this person has a pretty good view, a pretty good perspective. So maybe at some point it's going to change. I actually kind of see something like that happening. So your future self, if your future self could tell you anything, Nine of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Page of Wands. If your future self could tell you anything, Gem, your future self would tell you that you are setting yourself up for a very wonderful foundation to move your life forward with the Nine of Pentacles. You are creating a kind of beauty in and around you. You are creating abundance. And maybe you are. It seems like you're working with the Elk, King of Pentacles, Emperor, Hierophant. Like there's an awful lot of being very responsible. Being very responsible. And as you do that, you are approaching a Tower moment. And this Tower moment is open. Look at this, is open communication. Open, honest, simple, clear, truthful communication with a page. The Page of Wands. The pages are a little bit naive too. So, they haven't been burned enough. So it's kind of like burned enough in life to pull back or be a little deceitful or not sure. But so it is like at some point, there is going to be a shift here. But right now, just focus on this wonderful, yeah, right? Because if you tend to this vineyard, you'll soon have wine. Oh yeah, that's worth it. It's totally worth it. Yeah, you just tend to this vineyard because you don't realize how much wine is coming in with this, right? Like that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Well, that seems clear. Do you want me to clarify the Page of Wands? The way I asked that. I always like I can hear you. Yes, please do, Cindy. I'm really getting hot now. I have to change what I'm wearing. That's the thing with Canada, at least the part where I live, especially this time of year, like it's like mid-September. It can be so cold in the morning, but then by noon, late in the morning, it can be like, 8, 9 degrees Celsius. And then by noon, it's like 24, 25. Okay, the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. I don't know. I need these cards. That doesn't seem like communication. Maybe it's telling you who you're going to get the communication from. I don't know. Oh, the Page of Wands. That's exactly. Okay. Because I get the Hermit and the King of Pentacles. I'm like, well, we are already aware that energy, right? The Hermit, that's like the Hermit. And I've already talked about the King of Pentacles a few times here. So you got the Hermit, the King of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Strength card. This is really like a time for building a foundation. This is a time for building a foundation, really focusing on yourself. That's the Nine of Pentacles too. This is very self-sufficient, self-reliant energies. Like, really focus on yourself. Maybe two, you know, I kind of got that thing like two ships in a night. Like two, even if it's a husband and wife, or wife and a wife, a husband and husband, whatever, however you swing, it's like this partnership, but yet it's almost like a period of time in that connection where you can't work on your foundation as a partnership together, but you are at a point where you need to work on the foundation of your partnership separate. It's almost like you need to create two separate foundations that come together to make a solid foundation, or to add to whatever you have. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, like it kind of feels like that. What both of you are doing is setting up some sort of success in the long run. So the Page of Wands and the Strength card, yeah, and it's also, this is building your inner strength. It will strengthen you, right? And I feel like that. It's strengthening this connection. There will be some sort of communication at some point. I don't know. That's like the only breadcrumb they're going to give us here. The Tower moment. Let's look at the Tower moment. The Tower moment. The Tower moment for Gem. The Empress and the Nine of Swords. Oh, you're going to be in your power soon at some point. Yeah, that's really good. Ooh, for some of you, be careful. Like a Tower moment in the Empress too, after the Nine of Pentacles, because the Empress brings new life into the world. So if you're of that age, just be careful. There could be, unless you want one. Unless you want one. I'm talking about little babies, right? Like little bambinos, little people. It's that. But it is, it's really, yeah, the Nine of Swords. It could even be someone, like maybe you're separated. Like this person's looking out on the ocean too. I kind of get that message, like people that have been separated from boyfriends, girlfriends, fiancés, even like spouses because of COVID, and they haven't been able to get back to the country where their partner is. They're like, it just feels like this, like your partner, or they're choosing you as a partner, but there's just an awful lot of shitty energy, shitty energy playing out. I mean, this is pretty, you go right up with Capricorn without, like, I didn't think you'd be Capricorn with that effing shitty energy, man. I know. And I'm just getting that way because I just keep reading. It's like, I think it's difficult times to be a tarot reader and energy reader, because a lot, you know, people get frustrated. The world is changing, but I see good change. I see like people adjusting and creating new ideas and concepts. And that's all part of human evolution. That's part of the evolution of our society too. But there's always pain with growth, right? There's always pain with growth. The Ten of Wands is at the bottom. Oh, gotta do your incantation. There's a heavy burden to be dropped at some point. Yeah, I'm doing the Witch's Oracle this week. Everyone gets a incantation for empowerment, to help empower my I don't know, my loves. Yeah, why not? You know? I'm in your business all the time, so. Wow, I never pulled those cards before. The Skeleton Key and the Witch's Bottle. They're not yours, well, unless they come out. But oh, here, do you want me to share? I'm so bad. I'm an Aries. I don't want to share. I'm an only child, but I kind of forget. It's not that I don't want to. I just, do I have to share? Are you kidding me? What? No, I have to share. I'll share my cake with you. Okay. Well, some things I wouldn't share. Too. Everybody, well, not everybody, somebody didn't. I don't know who that was, but it's become very consistent. You have the Labyrinth and the Owl. Oh, even without looking at the incantation, like just getting like working your way through some sort of maze like working your way, like blindly working away in the dark through some sort of maze to get to like the sunrise and clarity and messages with the owl. Excuse me. Okay. The labyrinth. The labyrinth. A labyrinth is an ancient symbol that relates to wholeness. Labyrinths have been an important spiritual part of many cultures for thousands of years. It is a flat surface containing an intricately designed pathway, but unlike a maze, there are no dead ends. It is one continuous path. I think at some point it'll become lighter, though, for you. It's not like just endless the rest of your life. No, it's not. The labyrinth represents a journey to our own center and back again out into the world. Labyrinths have long been used as meditation and prayer tools. As a metaphor for life's journey, we can walk the labyrinth either spiritually, mentally, or in actual fact. It is a symbol that creates a sacred space and place and takes us out of our ego to that which is within. Basically, the labyrinth is also a metaphor for the journey to the center of our deepest self, then back out into the world with a heightened understanding of who we are. It's high time you got reacquainted with the inner you. See, now that's kind of bringing me to the very beginning here. Like something, mirroring of some sort. Well, we kind of figured out what that is now. And it's triggering something to look at it's triggering, there's too many somethings in there. It's triggering an aspect of yourself, your personality, your ego, causing it to look at it, right? Okay. Incantation. I lost who I was in search of. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the empowerment part. So listen up, because if you say this 3 times, I find it very empowering. I lost who I was in search of, the new me. This should never have come to be. So now lead me back to the place I began, because after all, that was the right plan. It's kind of cool. I'll do it one more time for you. I lost who I was in search of, the new me. This should never have come to be. So now lead me back to the place I began, because, after all, that was the right plan. All right, now you get the owl. The owl. During medieval times in Western and Central Europe, it was fabled that owls were actually witches and wizards in disguise. To this day, the owl is considered a witch's familiar, sharing unique spiritual communication between each other, and even sharing the same secret powers of the night. The owl has been deeply connected with magic, shamanism, and heightened senses throughout the ages. Some have thought of the owl as a cat with wings, as they share similar characteristics of personality. The meaning. Owls symbolize wisdom, the ability to see things that are hidden, omens, deception, observation, and total truth. Trust your intuition at this time. Pay attention to what is going on in your world, and you will not only instinctively know what to do to solve those issues that have been weighing heavily on your mind. We can see that with the 9 of Swords. You will be able to see and bring about things that are yet to come. So the incantation. Spirit guides and teachers, please let me see the hidden world that now surrounds me. I need to see clearly both inside and out. I need your assistance. Of that, there's no doubt. Spirit guides and teachers, please let me see the hidden world that now surrounds me. I need to see clearly both inside and out. I need your assistance. Of that, there's no doubt. Oh, I love those. All right. I used to do one of those a day, and then I stopped doing it. I should do it. Okay, there you go, gems. That was a very interesting reading. So like I said, I'm going to go do the extended now. I'm going to see what's going on. It gets interesting. I will give you a heads up. I'm using my cartomancy cards in the extendeds this week. It gets very specific with the kind of hidden blind spot here. So, God, it's getting hot. Okay, thanks, Gem. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.